Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation is the 53rd stanza from Gauri Kabir Ji. And the recitation. Gauri Surat Simrat Dui Kanni Munda Parmati Bahar Khinta सुन गुफा में है आसन बैसन कल्प बिबरजत पंथा मेरे राजन मैं बैरागी जोगी मरत न सोग वियोगी रहाओ खंड ब्रह्मंड में सिंगी मेरा बटुआ सब जग भस्म तारी खंड ब्रह्मंड में सिंगी मेरा बटुआ सब जग भस्मा तारी ताड़ी लागी त्रिपल पलटिया छूटे होए पसारी मन पवन दोए तुम्बा करी मन पवन दोए तुम्बा करी है जुग जुग सारद साजी थिर भई तंती टूटस नाही अनहद किंगुरी बाजी सुन मन मगन भय हैं पूरे माया डोल न लागी कहो कबीर ताको पुनरप जन्म नहीं खेल गयो बैरागी सुन मन मगन भय हैं पूरे माया डोल न लागी कहो कबीर ताको पुनरब जन्म नहीं खेल गयो बैरागी Kabir Ji again addressing the yogis, emphasizing the cultivation of qualities of the mind rather than the wearing of external symbols, because the yogis had an external regalia. They wore earrings to denote humility. They carried a begging bowl, a patched cloak, all symbolizing aspects of their path. But Kabir is saying, look, I don't do that. Gurmat. My two earrings are mindfulness and attention. Surat Simrat Dui Kanni Munda. That is my earring. And I carry the begging bowl of knowledge. Paramita Bahar Khinta. Different forms of knowledge. Mindfulness and attention is internal. Paramit is pramanit knowledge, is external. And Kabir advises them. He says, make the mind your cave and dwell there, because that's what they practiced meditation by going into caves. Kabir says you don't need to do that. Your mind is your cave. Sun gufa mein asan baisan. Kalap vibarjat panta. Here's the key. Kalap, kalpana, from the word kalpana. Thoughts, imagination. Just stop the flow of thoughts that invade your mind. Vibarjat panta. That is my path. That is my path of renunciation, Kabir Ji is saying. And then in the Rahau, he's very clear. He says, I'm a yogi who longs for union, who longs for connection with the self. Mere Rajan, main bairagi jogi. And when that happens, he says, there is no sorrow of death, nor is there separation. Martana sog biyogi. Biyogi is to separate, opposition. That is what we have to overcome, the opposition between the ego and the self. And the yogis traditionally had a conch shell that was blown into that was the signal for the bhandara, where the yogis would gather, the siddhas, to eat their food. But Kabir says, no. For me, the conch shell is Khand Brahmand mein Singh Mera, the musica universalis, the music of the spheres. That is my conch shell. Now we can't hear it. Anhadanad. So Kabir says that is my conch shell. And the yogis also smeared their bodies with ash as a symbol of renunciation. Kabir says, my ash bag, batua, sab jag, pasamatari. The realization that the world is perishable, that is my ash bag. And by turning away from the attachments of the world, I've escaped the play of the world. Tari lagi trepal prataya. Tari is actually, it means being stoned, being high, being in the zone, so to speak. Kabir says, my being in the zone is when I turn back tripal, the three-tiered, the three-dimensional world, the world we're in, the attachments, the attractions. In other words, not being distracted. And I've escaped the play of the world, chute hoye pasari, this expanse. Man pavan doe tumba kari, tumba. It's a single-stringed, high-pitched musical instrument used in villages in North India particularly, and used by the yogis to sing as they wandered from place to place. But Kabir says that the string of my breath is the string of my instrument, the mind, that is. And this does not degrade because yours will break. But the strings of my instrument do not break because they are linked in union with the self. Sun man magan bhaye hain pure. The mind is now absorbed in a state of total collectedness, perfect awareness. And the senses no longer disturb its equilibrium. Maya dolana lagi. Dolana is to waver. Mission accomplished. Pure. Says Kabir, a next life is not necessary. Kaho Kabir taako punarap janamanai. Punarap is to repeat. For those who play the game of life skillfully, khela gayo. So the art is to be a bairagi, one who is in the world but not of it. On that note, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.